CEO portfolio blues.
The American people are angry about executive compensation, and rightfully so. Many of you cite this as a serious problem, and I agree.
CEO compensation is a huge sticking point for many in Congress.
It's inconceivable to me that we would pass a bill in which hundreds of billions of dollars of taxpayers' money is put at risk, and the people who caused the problem are able, without any restraint, to keep enriching themselves.
CEO enrichment ongoing? Forget about it. Try de-enrichment. CEOs get paid by salary and by company stock. When that stock was way up, they were flying high. But when the hot air went out of that balloon, they went into free fall, de-enrichment. Here's 10 of the biggest losing CEOs based on their personal portfolio company stock holding. And dating from 20 months ago to September 19 this year. Henry Paulson, former CEO Goldman Sachs, current Secretary of the Treasury, from $809 million to $523 million. Daniel Mudd, former CEO Fannie Mae, $26 million to $476,000. Richard Siren, former CEO Freddie Mac, $11 million to $130,000. Martin Sullivan, AIG, $3.2 million to $173,000. John Thane, Merrill Lynch, $28 million to $16 million. Richard Full Jr., Lehman Brothers, $827 million to $2.3 million. John Mack, Morgan Stanley, $225 million to $80 million. Charles Prince, Citigroup, $89 million to $33 million. And get this, James Kane, Bear Stearns, $1.1 billion, that's B as in boy, billion, to $61 million. And get this, Maurice Greenberg, AIG, $1.25 billion, that's B as in boy, billion, to $50 million. Question, does this explain why Secretary Paulson was so frantic to bail out Wall Street? Because his friends are losing money by the scores of millions of dollars every day? What?
No, I don't think that's his reasoning at all. I think he's really trying to do a good job in public policy. I don't happen to agree with exactly the way his program is done. But look, well, let me tell you something. If the banks get subsidized through this purchase in of these mortgage-backed securities, these stocks are going to go up, and they'll make back some of that
your
money.
Your portfolio is about $3 billion, right? How much did you lose?
Well, you're very nice to ask, and this is wonderful. But as you know from being on this program many years, I have been very worried about this for a long time, and we have, in many ways, converted a lot of our assets into cash.
You have?
Yes, in more than a year ago. So it's
where do you put the cash?
In your bank, John.
Morgan Stanley.
No, actually, it is.
JP Morgan?
It is with commercial banks because they have the Federal Reserve to back them up.
You're holding
Morgan
back, but I'm going to move on, Maud. I'm going to let you off the hook.
That was wretched excess that you just rolled out with all of that.
Why?
Why? Because nobody should make that much money, and they shouldn't make that much money when they do a bad job. They shouldn't be rewarded for doing a bad job. And in the reportage about the collapse of Washington Mutual, it noted that the CEO, who's only been on the job for 16 days, is getting multi-million-dollar package. Now, maybe it's unfair to single him out, but this makes people angry. And in Washington, we giggle about it, and we say, oh, the trillion is billion.
It was shown here to slake a certain appetite.
Well,
you understand?
Yeah, right. Think of all the other shareholders that lost because of the decisions that these people made.
You want to make a point?
I do. Look, he's not bailing out. He's not in favor of this bailing out plan to help his friends. Look at the companies they took over. They fired the management. They basically wiped out the shareholders. This is about maintaining the credit markets so everyone else can get capital and the economy can keep going. That is it, John.
I agree. I think the Treasury Secretary is a noble person.